Hi there, it is design time. Welcome guys in Efficient Graphic Design channel. What we want to do today is motion blur effect. We take this athlete's image and we make him look like he's running and moving fast using the motion blur effect. It is another Photoshop filter. Let's learn how to do it. But before we begin, if you don't have the Adobe Photoshop installed in your machine, I placed the link in the description below where you can download the last version of Photoshop for free. And if you have any problem installing the software, just leave me a comment and I will reply to help you. Let's get started. We open up the image, so we unlock its layer like you can see, and first we go to edit, we go to transform, and we flip the image horizontally to change the orientation of the athlete. We go to the layer of the image and we duplicate it to create two layers. We call the new layer blur. Like you can see now, we have two layers, one first original image as the top and the new layer called the blur. We go to filter, we select the second layer blur, and we go to filter and we create a smart filter. After we come back to filter and in blur we choose motion blur. Like you can see, the window of the motion blur filter is opened. We can change the distance of the blur and it gives us the results in real time. We can change also the angle, but in our case we will let the angle in 1 degree and we will change a little the distance until we have the results we want. When we are satisfied, we click OK, and like you can see the filter, we can make it on and off in whatever anytime we want. And after we make on the layer, the top layer which contains the image, and we go to the quick selection tool, we will zoom on the athlete, we zoom in a little to see clearly the athlete, and we go to the quick selection tool with the plus option. We make the size a little bigger and we begin to select the athlete. Our objective now is selecting the athlete from the background to make the effect we want. So we continue our selection with the plus option. We go to the hand, like you can see. We continue in the body of the athlete. We continue the selection. Don't worry about the parts. If there is some parts to remove, we will remove it after with the minus option. We continue now with the plus option now. We go to the feet. We continue our selection. The shoes, sportive shoes, you have to select it also. We continue our selection with the plus option. Don't worry about the parts to remove from the selection. We will remove it after. Just continue your selection. Like you can see, there are so many parts to remove. We go to the minus option and we begin removing these parts here from the selection. Like you can see, we remove the parts here and here between the legs. Now it's fine. I come back to the plus one to get these parts of the shoes in the selection. That's very good now, very fine. This pattern parts here under the leg should be also added to the selection. These parts here should be removed. I come back to the minus one and I remove these parts here under the hand. Also these little parts here, and like you can see now, I get a great selection, very perfect, very professional, and that's what I want to do. I make a zoom out to see all the image, and what we are going to do is use a layer mask. when I use the layer mask and I make a little zoom out to see the full image. So when I make the motion blur effect on, you can see now the effect. So it is so great, so professional. I can at any time I want come back to the motion blur, like you can see, and edit it. I will add a little distance to make the effects more effective and more clear. Like you can see now, the effect is applied in a very good manner. Okay, we jump to this image now and we will do the same thing with the car. So we unlock the layer, we duplicate it, we create 2 layers, and we go to filter, we convert the layer at the bottom to a smart filter, and we go after to filter, blur, and we choose motion blur. Like you can see now, we edit a little distance. The motion blur isn't shown up now because we have to make the top layer off to see the effect. So we come back to the motion blur and we can change the distance until we have a result we are satisfied with. We click in OK and we go to the layer on the top, and with the selection tool we will try to select the car like we did earlier with the outlet. So we begin our selection with the quick selection tool, the plus option on the car to select it. We continue our selection always with the plus option. Like I mentioned earlier, if there are some parts to remove from the selection, we will remove it after that. So with the remove tool, with the minus tool, I remove these parts here. We shouldn't be included in the selection. I come back to the plus option and I continue selecting the car. I continue the selection, like you can see at the top of the car, the minus option to remove these parts here. So selecting with the quick selection tool is very useful. We play with the plus and the minus option until we have our selection like we want it. So I think now is enough. I come back with the zoom out to see the full image, the whole image and its whole parts. And now, like we did earlier, we go to create a layer mask, and oops, the effect is there. Magic. So we can, like you can see, we can make the effect on and off the filter because we create a smart object filter on the layer at the bottom. We can edit the filter at any time we want. We will make it a little small size, small distance here, and like you can see, when we make it on and off, it gives us the sense that the car is running and it's going fast. And also with this outlet, it gives us the effect that the outlet is running and moving fast. Okay guys, that was our today lesson. I wish you enjoyed this tutorial. Don't forget to subscribe to get the tutorials coming up. And if you have any issues, leave a comment and I will reply to help you. Thanks for watching and see you in the next tutorials.